record as well. That would be pretty nice. Just for good measure, you know. Now, Vansh is gonna be joining us later. We're gonna start at exactly 05. Start at exactly 05. Voice change? No, I just got a better mic. Used to talk from my crappy old PC. Now I just got a better PC. I thought you were going to do /host. Oh, you want me to do /host study session? Okay, yeah, no problem. I can do that. Yeah, no problem. You want me to do /host? Do you want me to do study session? That's not a problem. Yeah. No, I thought that it was gonna be the stage thing. And I don't think she's in this VC. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. Okay, can somebody ping the computer science role in the study session channel? Can one of y'all mods do that? It's gonna be like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Ping one of y'all to ping the computer science roles in the study session channel. Spidey said to do it. I think that I plans to do it. Alright, okay, we'll just get started in 2 minutes. Yeah, that is insane. We have the same names, bro. Okay. Alright, assalamu alaikum guys. If you guys haven't already met me, my name's Atib Suhail. I'm 16, just finished my IGCSEs, and I know full stack development. All right. Okay. So for the next 3 months, me and Wunsch are going to be your hosts. All right. And Wunsch, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, hello everyone. I am Vansh, and I'm going to be teaching you all web development along with Ateeb Sohail. So, in this 3 months web development course, we will be going over the core web development prerequisites, which are HTML, CSS, and JS. Then we will be moving on to Node.js and Express.js, which are the most conventional tools for the backend. And then we'll also be covering React.js, where we will be spending most of our time. This will include Next.js, which is the full stack framework that supersedes React, and where I personally have been spending most of my time. We will also be covering Nest.js to optimize our applications. In addition, we are going to be covering Git for storing our code in version control, and we will be learning how to use all these technologies together to host a website and scale it. Over to Ateeb.
All right. So, firstly, I'd like to give a 10-minute yap session about why you guys should or should not proceed with us for 3 months. All right. Let me just tell you about the course first of all, how it's gonna go and whatever. Okay. So for the next 3 months, and that is minimum, right? The next 3 months minimum. Uh, you will be here. We're gonna be here for Monday through Thursday at exactly this time that we started today, okay? For 1 hour. Alright? That is a total of 60 hours. Alright? Now, the most important thing to know when you proceed with full stack development is the fact that it's not gonna be just those 60 hours. It's not gonna be like you're gonna be done with those 60 hours and then boom, you can now create websites like Google, Reddit, Amazon. No, that's not how it will go. Okay, the most important part of this is to learn yourself, is to practice yourself. 60 hours. I don't think that's enough for learning any skill. Okay, 1 hour a day for 4 days a week. We will be assigning you guys tasks, kind of like a homework, but remember, do not let this stress you out. The moment that you let anything, any passion, stress you out, that's the point when you think to yourself that, oh my god, why did I choose this? And even if it was destined for you to take that path, to take that passion, you leave it because you thought that it was too stressful. Okay, so don't get stressed out. Remember, you have no deadline. Everything here is going to be recorded. If you ever miss a session, if you ever if you ever miss a session, or if you are ever confused about anything at all, it will all be recorded. Okay, it will all be recorded. It will be uploaded to Google Drive, to the IGCSE YouTube channel, everywhere. Okay, so the number one rule, the only rule, I guess, is don't stress out. Okay, you're doing this because you love it. Okay, you're doing this because you love it. All right, not because you're being forced to or anything like that. Okay, anything that you love, I can tell you, you will be able to accomplish it. Okay, guys. uh all right, so let me just show you guys something about myself. Okay, I just want to show you guys how it would most likely look like after you're done with this course. Okay, let me just open up something real quick. Okay, all right, so I've been doing this for around 8 years. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Okay, all right, so hopefully you guys can see my screen. Yeah. Okay, so I've been doing this for 8 years now. All right, and I just want to show you guys how it would probably most likely look like after you're done with the course. Okay, this was a website that I made, a small website that I made back in 2019. All right, this was something that I made back in 2019 using just HTML and CSS. All right, and just look at this trash quality over here. It looks like it took me like 3 minutes to make. Like literally, it's not even correctly made. And I can tell you guys, 60 hours, just 60 hours of learning. This is what most of our projects are gonna be looking like. Our projects together, okay? This is what it's gonna most likely look like, okay? Just one sec. Right. So 60 hours for 3 months. This is most likely what our work's gonna look like. Okay, it's not gonna be the best. It's not gonna be the worst either. Because remember, small steps. All right. But the same kid who made what I just showed you guys, makes sites that are incredible, just like this one right over here. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is the fact that we practiced. Okay, now this is going to be the introductory lesson. All right, this is going to be the introductory lesson, and we're going to talk about the tools that you will require and how every single day on this course is gonna go like. Okay, every single day on this course is gonna go like. Okay, so firstly, already you guys know, I've said it before, Monday through Thursday, 1 hour every day at this exact time that we started today. Okay, that is 16 o'clock GMT plus 0. All right, so what will we be doing? Okay, so first off, every day we're going to start off by learning a new concept. Okay, we're going to start off by learning a new concept. All right, whether that's a new HTML tag or a new, literally the smallest concept, we're going to start off by learning that. Okay, we're just going to be learning in these sessions because an hour a day is not enough to learn and practice at the same time. Okay, so we're going to learn in this session, and what we're going to do at the end of that, we're going to me and Wunsch, we're going to assign you guys projects or tasks to do, right? And you guys are gonna do those tasks. You're gonna run them, and we're gonna guide you on how to do those tasks. Okay, and we're gonna and you guys are gonna send us in the thread, and we will help you out with those tasks. Any questions that you have, you just ping me and Wunsch. Let me just set something up real quick, and we're gonna start with the first topic, which is going to be setting up the environments. Okay, all right. So for coding, we will be using Visual Studio Code. It has to be the most lightweight yet good editor that there is. All right. So what you guys want to do? Open up your browser. Okay, open up your browser, and you wanna go to this URL. Okay, when I just Google Visual Studio Code. Okay, and once you're there, the first result is probably gonna be, well, the download link for Visual Studio Code, right? This is the editor that we're gonna use for the first few weeks, all right? Because it has everything that you guys will need. Okay, it has text editor, it has console, it has live share, everything that we're gonna need. And even though you may not get those terms right now, in a month you guys are going to be understanding code like this. This is gonna be absolutely no problem. I can guarantee you guys, if you stick with us, if you do the tasks that we ask you, you guys will understand everything that's going on in my screen right here. Okay, so Visual Studio Code, that is going to be the first step for you guys. Okay, if you're on Windows, simple. If you're on Mac, simple. If you're on Linux, simple. Any platform. Okay. All right. So once you're done with Visual Studio Code, it's gonna look something like okay. Let me just pop up a new window. It's gonna pop up a new window just like this one that just popped up in front of us. Okay. It's gonna be, most likely there are gonna be themes right over here for you guys if it's your first time using it. Alright, there's probably gonna be themes right over here that you can choose. But yeah, alright. So when you're with this screen, the first thing that we're gonna talk about are files. Okay? Just talk about files for a sec, because I don't want you guys to learn something and not understand how it works, okay? Even a thing as small as file extensions or file names is important, okay? Alright, so, you're gonna start off by clicking on the new file button, okay? And right here, you're gonna see a pop-up come up, right? Select file type or enter file name. You wanna type in index.html, okay? Now, let me just talk about this for a sec. With this file name right over here, this right here, index, that is what we call the file name. Alright, this is the name of the file itself. It can be anything in the world. It can be something like ativ.html or something like fullstackcourse.html, right? This file name it can be anything that you guys want. But it's the development standard. Everybody writes index, so we write index, okay? Now, after the dot, you add a dot in between, and then you specify the file extension. Anything that you guys download on your computer, it has a file extension most likely, okay? So, for instance, executable files.exe, image files.png.jpeg, text files.txt, everything. For HTML files, it's as simple as index.html, okay? So, you just want to create this file, okay? And you're going to be greeted with something like this. You can close the welcome tab, okay? All right, so let me just explain to you guys how the web works, okay? You have a web page right over here. Let's just use this web page as an example. Everything that you see over here, the text, all right, the text, the basic markdown, okay? This is called the body, okay? This is called the body. That is what HTML is used for. We're going to be configuring three famous stacks in this, three main file extensions in this first month. That is going to be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can imagine them as a house, all right? You're building a house. Imagine a house as a, you're building a house, right? Imagine that the house is a website. Now, first off, the first step is to obviously plan everything, right? But we're not going to dive into that. That is something else entirely. We're going to talk about that at the end, all right? The next step, of course, is constructing the house itself, building the frame of the house, all right? Building the frame of the house, all right? That is what we call the basic initialization of the project, the HTML. That's basically the HTML. We're setting everything up, okay? We're just setting everything up. Then we're going to add CSS. CSS is basically decorating the house, maybe painting the insides, add furniture, getting a different color wallpaper, everything like that, right? That is CSS, decorating the HTML. And now, what is a house without electricity or water or stuff like that, right? Well, for that, you use JavaScript to give functionality to the website itself. Now, before we proceed further, there were a few questions in the chat about the course. So you guys, any questions, send them in the chat, all right? I'll answer them right now. Are we making websites and going to publish it on the web? Okay, so this course is going to teach you how to basically make web pages, all right? We're going to make websites, and at the end of the 3 months, when we're done with everything, when we're done with Git, we're done with Next.js, everything, we're going to help you guys understand how the web works and uploading it on there. Paid course? No, this is absolutely free. You won't be asked to pay a dime. Is this course for making a website or what? This course is for, yeah, exactly. It's for making websites. It's going to teach you how the web works and how you make websites. Can you make a website using only HTML and CSS? Okay. Honestly, you can. Technically, you can. But it will be the crappiest website ever. It will be the crappiest website ever. Like, trust me. Just HTML, CSS, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's just not gonna work. JavaScript is important. We love JavaScript. Well, TypeScript, but it's the same thing, right? We love JavaScript, okay? And what do you call it? We love JavaScript. It's necessary. It's completely necessary. Certificates. Certificates. No, we're gonna have to talk about that later. But we're gonna have to talk to the mods about that, but I doubt they will be. All right. Any other question, guys? How long will this work? Long time, and what will we do after this course? That is an excellent question. What a framework is in terms of the. Okay, I'll come back. But Buddha just asked an incredible question. How will this work long term, and what will we do after the course? Just let me take a sip of my water. One sec. All right. So now throughout the 3 months, you are going to learn how to create websites. But how will this work long time? How are you guys gonna keep on remembering that? Okay, what we're gonna do, is we're going to help you get started. Okay, 3 months are not going to be enough, especially if you're just contributing an hour a day for like all those 3 months. It's not gonna be enough. It may seem like a lot, but it's not gonna be enough. After the course is over, I will be here, and basically almost every single one of the bot developers in this server, I'm pretty sure they're familiar with the stacks that we're going to be teaching. There's a lot of people here who understand that. You are going to create websites. I'm gonna guide you. Me and Vansh are gonna guide you. We're gonna guide you on how to stay afloat after we do that, projects to do, and of course how to become a professional full stack developer after that. Okay, we're gonna guide you through the entire process, and we're not gonna let you off on a cliffhanger or anything like that. Okay, the 3 months, like I said, that is the minimum. This course will go. It may be longer, or it may be done quicker, but sorry, it may be longer, but that is the absolute minimum. 3 months. All right. I will make sure every single one of you that's stuck with me all these 3 months, I'll make sure that you guys have a good understanding about how everything works. That is my promise to you. All right. If you stick with me, and make sure that it's not an obligation for you to do this, because do this if you enjoy it. I used to enjoy websites. I used to enjoy this whole thing 8 years ago. That's why I proceeded with it. If you enjoy it, you will do it. But yeah, we're gonna guide you on how to take your steps to the next level, and maybe even guide you on how to earn using what you just learned throughout this course. All right. Will you teach HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in this course? Yeah, there's gonna be more as well. As one said at the start, we will be teaching HTML, JavaScript, CSS. We're gonna be talking about frameworks. All right, we're gonna be talking about Node.js frameworks, Next.js, Nest.js, Express.js, all of those things. It's not gonna be just front end. We're going to be talking about APIs as well, back end as well. Okay, can we use other IDE program instead of Visual Studio Code? You can. There's a lot of them out there. There's Notepad++, there's Basic Notepad, there's Microsoft, but seriously, there's Sublime Text, there's Visual Studio Code, there's Zed, all of them. All right, anything that you guys want. Can we pin? Okay. Okay. Could we like experience with SVG apps help in? Okay. You guys are answering there as well. Is this an A? This isn't an A-level class. Okay. Marketing your services. Yes. I'll help you guys know how to earn. All right. So that everyone in this is enthusiast. Okay. What is full stack in the front? Okay. With a website, any website that you have, well, most of the websites, they work on two bases. There's the front end, and then there's the back end. All right. Everything that you see over here, okay, sorry, on any web page, everything that you see, this is the front end. All right, this is the front end. But secretly, whenever you like fetch data, or like you send a message on Discord, this right here, this is the front end. Every time that I send a message, it sends a request to the back end that this guy sent a message, and the back end stores it. Okay, so there's the front end, the thing that we see right here, the buttons, the inputs, everything, all of that. And then there's the back end. Full stack is basically knowing both of these and being familiar with the frameworks that operate on these bases. All right, that's basically what full stack is. A basic definition, not the advanced extreme definition. Okay. Yeah, front end development versus back end development. Would this be helpful for computer science? Okay, I have no clue what the IB syllabus is. So maybe somebody else can help you out with that better. Okay. Dumb question, but how do front end and back end work together. Okay, what's the best way to explain this? Okay, imagine this, okay? I'm running a shop. I have a cashier and I have a ledger with all of the purchases. All right. Now a customer walks into this shop and he goes up to the cashier and he basically purchases what he needs. All right. The shop to him is the front end. Okay. Now the cashier, he knows what he purchased, so he writes it down in the ledger. The ledger in this case is the back end. It's what's storing the whole thing. It's what's storing all the data, right? All the purchases that are being made by by customers that come in. So the front end and back end, you can imagine them as two best friends that communicate through a term that we call middleware. Okay, so these two things, they communicate with each other, they talk to each other, they get data, they post data, and yeah, they just talk to each other at this point. Yeah, through APIs. Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is being recorded. Just one sec. Let me just get a glass of water. Alright, let's dive into actually coding. Okay, let's dive into actually coding. Now, hopefully by this point, you guys installed Visual Studio Code on your laptops, on your computers. Okay, and probably run the executable, right? Come on, guys. Tell me you did it. Tell me you guys did that. Tell me you guys were listening to me enough that you did it. 1 month for each language. It's gonna be random. I can't tell you exactly. Can you wait 3 minutes? All right, guys. I'm gonna give you guys take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes. Download Visual Studio Code or any IDE that you guys want, and as soon as you're done, in 5 minutes we'll come back. Okay, in 5 minutes we're gonna come back and we'll actually get to the nice part, the coding part. All right. Take 5 minutes, guys. Don't worry. Download Visual Studio Code. Okay, https://visualstudio.com/download. If you're done, then that's great. But for those of you who still haven't downloaded it, download it. And once you're done, just send a message in the chat like downloaded. We're just gonna resume in like 5 minutes. All right? Great. Okay. All right. So, okay. I'm assuming at this point most of y'all have Visual Studio Code downloaded. If you don't have Visual Studio Code downloaded, don't worry. Just come back to this. All right. It's gonna be recorded. It's gonna be on Google Drive. Don't worry at all. Just come back to this. All right. You didn't have to shout. Wait, is my voice loud for you guys? How the hell do I decrease the noise? Alright, okay. No, okay. Alright, so, okay. Let me just screen share again. Okay. Alright. So I'm gonna open up a new window. I'm gonna delete this thing that I just created. Don't save. Alright, so, okay, close. And we're going to open up. Oh, shucks. Okay, so let's open up Visual Studio Code. Wait, where will they type? Okay, asking to. Okay, yeah, the guys just ping me there, and if you ping me, I'll just reply. Okay. All right. So at this point, something like this should be in front of you guys, something like this. All right. Yeah, live server. Okay. So let's do this first. Let's follow one. Okay. So first thing, let's set up live server. Okay. You want to click on this box right over here. Okay. Extensions, and you want to search for live server. Okay, you're gonna search for live server, and then you just wanna install the one with 52.3 million downloads. Okay, this is an extension. Okay, there's a lot of these on Visual Studio Code, but for today we're just gonna be downloading this one. Okay, all right. So the next step is the next step is to create a file itself. Okay, now just click on open folder. Okay, just click on open folder and just create a random folder. So like, let me just go into oh my bad. So like, you just want to create a random folder. Okay, new window. Okay, just open up a folder, create a random folder for you guys. Okay, I'll just create one in documents. Okay, teach FSD. All right, and I'll open this up. All right, so when you open the folder, something like this should be with you guys. Okay, so it should say the folder name. You want to click yes, I trust the authors. You will see the folder name over here, teach FSD. All right, that's what I said this folder name as. And you guys want to click on this icon right over here. Now this is to create a new file. Okay, and you want to type any file name in the world. Okay, so for instance, I'm going to go with index.html. Okay, now what you have right over here is a basic HTML file. Let me give you guys just give you guys a clue on how HTML works. Okay, so just verify that the live server is installed. Okay, right. Okay, let me just install this again. All right. Okay, there we go. Alright, so right over here we have our index.html. Alright, now the thing, let's talk about initialization. Okay, now the HTML file, you need to have a what do you call it? You just want to set it up basically. Okay, you want to type you want to press in HTML, and then you want to press :5. Alright, it's gonna say something like HTML. It's gonna say emit abbreviation. Okay, just want to click on it, and something like this should pop up. All right, something like this should pop up. All right, we're just gonna save for now. You can press Command S or Control S to save. All right, and what you're gonna do now is you wanna right click on the screen. Okay, and there's gonna be this option called Open with Live Server. Okay, it's gonna be there's gonna be an option at the bottom, Open with Live Server. Okay, you want to click on this button right over here, and it should automatically open up a window like this for you guys. All right, so now you have a window like this right over here, and you have the HTML doc type. By the way, if you guys have any questions, there is a there's a thread at the bottom of the channel list under in study session to our original message called dot. Any questions that you have, just put it in there. All right, so let me do this again. Okay, let me delete this file again. All right, let me delete this file, and we'll go over it again if you guys didn't get what I just said. All right, you want to click on the file. All right, this file add icon. Okay, and you want to type in the file name. All right, for this instance I'm using index. Okay, then you want to add a dot and then type HTML. Okay, so something like this should come up. Okay, the file, it shows right here on your left. All right, and then you have index.html right over here. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to use a special VS Code inbuilt tool called emit abbreviation. You want to type HTML and then add a colon and then type 5. All right, as soon as you do that, something like this should pop up. You can just click on it or press enter, and this should come up. All right, just save the file, and what you want to do now is right click anywhere inside of this text editor. Okay, we call this thing right over here, we call this the text editor. You just right click anywhere inside of this, and you want to click on Open with Live Server. Okay, this should automatically open up a white screen for you guys, just like this. Okay, just like this. Now let's just talk about everything that's going on over here. Okay, in HTML, the most important thing to know, in HTML, we use tags. We use something called tags. Okay, now tags, they're wrapped around in these less than and the greater than brackets. Okay, just like here. Okay, this right over here, this is a tag, this is a tag, this is a tag, this is a tag, this is a tag. You see how inside of these the less than and the greater than brackets, you have a special text. All right, body, you have HTML over here. Each tag has a starting, which is this, and the ending. The ending always has the name of the tag, and before the name of the tag there is a forward slash. Okay, all right, so after pressing HTML5, something like this should pop up. This is going to be your basic HTML document. Okay, let's talk about two main things over here. Okay, let's talk about the head and the body. Okay, now the head, it's basically the main thing of the HTML document. We're not going to talk about that much today or right now. We're just going to talk about the basics. Okay, this head right over here, okay, it's basically the main thing that is not showing up over here, that is not in this huge white box. Okay, so that is the head. All right, the main things that are not showing up in the white box for now. That is the most simplistic definition I can give you. This is the body. This is the thing that actually is going to be inside of this white box over here. Okay, let's test it out real quick. Okay, I want you all to type anything that you want inside of this body area. Okay, right here on line 9. Okay, inside of here, anything that you guys want, type it out. Okay, CS rocks. Okay, as soon as you're done, you want to press Command S or Control S. That would automatically save the file. By the way, whenever you do any changes, you're gonna see a small circle up here. This basically indicates that it is not saved, and in that case you just want to Control S or Command S. Okay, as soon as you save the file, it's just gonna be a plain old X up here. Okay, so now if you look back on the live server, you will see that my text is actually there. Okay, but this is nothing. Okay, this is us being stupid. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna use a tag. Okay, remember how I told you guys the body and HTML, anything inside of a tag is called the child of that tag, the children basically. So for instance, let me tell you guys a tag. Okay, there is a tag, it's called the H1 tag. Okay, it stands for heading size 1. Okay, so this H1 tag, let's quickly create it. Okay, you want to start off by adding a less than sign, and then you want to type in H1, and you want to end it with the greater than sign. Okay, if you're using Visual Studio Code or basically any other text editor, it should automatically add the ending thing for you, as you can see right over here. Okay, it should automatically add the ending thing for you guys. All right, now the children, okay, the text that you're gonna put inside of this tag, you want to put it inside of there. So for instance, the same thing I wrote before, CS rocks for real. Okay, now this text that I put inside of this tag, this is the child of this tag. Okay, so if I do Command S or Control Save again, you will see that my heading is now bigger. Okay, and this is just one of the many tags that come in HTML. Okay, so for instance, heading 1, just like I said, heading size 1, there are 6 sizes. There's H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. All right, they get progressively smaller as the number increments. Let me show you guys all of them. Okay, if I copy and paste this, okay, you're gonna be doing a lot of copy pasting. Okay, and I increment their sizes. All right, you don't have to worry about this right now. Okay, just try to understand the concept of tags. Okay, and I saved this. You guys can see this was heading size 1, heading size 2, heading size 3, heading size 4, heading size 5, and lastly heading size 6. Okay, if you guys can see, I'll zoom in as well. As you can see, the sizes, they get progressively smaller as the number increments. Okay, one more thing, HTML goes line by line. So this thing right over here, since it's at the top of the code file, it will be at the top of the web page. Okay, since this is below that, it's gonna be below that. So like if I do 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5, and then 6, and I press Command Save or Control Save, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in a direct hierarchy. Alright? So, that is basically how tags work. Okay? You have the less than, you have the less than sign, the greater than sign, and whatever tag you're using in that kind of a thing field you made. Okay? Alright. So, your guys' task for today is to basically make this thing that I just showed you right in front of us. Taught you guys 6 tags. Alright? These tags are the H1, H2, H3, H4, and H5 and H6 tags. Use these to create something like I just showed you guys, and go over the lesson again if you don't understand anything. I'll be uploading this by inshallah 12 o'clock tonight, which is in 3 hours, to my Google Drive, which I will ask the moderators to send in the channel. All right, you guys can go back if you don't understand anything, or use a resource. Okay, so this website, Vansh, can you send it as well, the W3 Schools website? All right, this website is going to be especially helpful, and I will be using this I will be using this website as well. Okay, it's called W3 Schools. Okay, it's gonna be incredibly helpful to you guys, and it is at w3schools.com. Right. Okay. So learn to code with the world's largest web developer site. It's actually the same site that I used to get to this point. All right. You want to click on this top left HTML thing, and if you guys want to get ahead of the course, add in an extra work yourself, learn it through this website. It's gonna be a huge. Benefit for you. Today we did HTML basics, HTML editors, HTML elements. We did not do attributes. That's something for tomorrow. But if you guys want, you can do the this is the HTML headings tab right over here. It's gonna tell you guys the exact same thing that I just told you. See, heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and yeah, I guess that concludes today's class. It was basically an introductory class. One more thing, if you found this to be quite excruciating, all you have to do is go to W3 Schools again, click on try it yourself, and you will have an inbuilt text editor. The same thing, except now it's inbuilt. So you can just write the HTML that you want. Alright, you can just write whatever the heck you want, and it will show up. Alright, all you have to do is click on the run button. If you found Visual Studio Code interesting. Alright, guys. Yeah, okay. So, today, hopefully you guys had fun. I sure did. Okay, I sure had fun. You guys had fun probably as well. The recording will be uploaded, and it was a short class, but from tomorrow we are going to actually dive into the essentials of web development. We're gonna actually do a lot of HTML. We're gonna talk to you guys about divs. We're gonna talk to you guys about attributes, and basically everything there is to know about HTML. Alright, and inshallah, in this month we're gonna cover JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. I'm gonna try my best to cover HTML this week. Okay, and one more thing. There's gonna be some times when I'm unable to host a session. Alright, in that case, either Wunsch is gonna come in for me, or what do you call it? We will postpone it to the weekend. So we're just gonna do it on Friday or Saturday. Okay, guys. Yeah. Okay, that concludes today's session, and yeah. Okay. Anything regarding the sessions will be posted in the study session channel or in the thread itself. Okay, and remember, just like I once said, any notes that you guys made, send them in the channel, help each other out. And I saw like 3 people sending their HTML files, Sharaf, Buddha, and AMB. Pretty amazing. Okay, and yeah, guys, ping me, ping Lunch, ping literally anybody who's a pod developer at this point, and we will help you guys out. All right, and yeah, okay, see you guys soon. Have a nice rest of your day, and the recording will be uploaded to Google Drive. And goodbye, guys. Why is it not working? Yeah, you can stop recording. I should probably